Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares and comments on all of my previous videos. I'm really very grateful. As you know, I'm trying to expose a fraud which took place in a branch of Lloyds Bank in Bristol, and this week has been huge for us. We've been incredibly busy, and next week we're going to be giving out 2 pieces of huge news. So please wait for those. Unfortunately, I can't release them just yet, but hopefully Monday I'm going to start to release the first one. Today I'm going to talk about, is our money safe in the banks? So I think this is a really important topic because right now we have got 3 words that we're all familiar with. One is recession, second is Brexit, and a third one is COVID. In these uncertain times, I want to pass on some messages because in the last recession, I suffered at the hands of a bank which was nearly bust. And I want to make sure that all of the people that are listening to this video are very careful and they make sure that they do some planning for this recession because this is going to be a deeper one. I don't want to see anybody suffer like the way I've suffered and my family suffered for the past 12 years. It has been an absolute nightmare. So please, I've got some tips for you guys. So here we go. First of all, let's talk about money. Money is always in short supply, especially now. We're going through a deep recession and people are starting to lose their jobs. Nobody carries cash anymore. There was once upon a time, everybody used to have a wad of cash in their pocket and that determined how wealthy or how successful somebody was. Not anymore. Now everybody uses contactless. Because of COVID, we expected to use contactless wherever we go. So now more than ever, we are reliant on our cards. So what does that really mean? That means that all of our money, for all of us, is sitting in our bank account. The branches are opening less hours, so we are queuing. So if your card gets blocked or you have a restriction on getting access to your money, where does that leave you? It leaves you in a very difficult position. Hours of queuing to try and get your money back. So we've all got parents, family, loved ones, people who've got their pensions, their life savings, somebody might have sold a house, you've got money sat on deposit. So my advice today is I would urge every single person to take some time and do some due diligence on their banking relationship. Check who you bank with and check the safety of that bank. Banks work on something called a liquidity ratio. And usually banks work on a 2 or 3% liquidity ratio, and the one that I'm talking about is even worse than that. So what does that mean? If a bank's got a 3% liquidity ratio, that basically means that if 100 of us went there to ask for our money back, they would only have enough money to pay 3 of us. So make yourself recession proof as best as you can. Try and look after your family welfare. There is a very important point and message that everybody needs to understand. That if you walked into Halifax today to complain about Lloyds Bank, they would tell you to go to Lloyds Bank. However, they are one group, similar with Woolwich and Barclays. So just the same as you can't complain about one bank to another bank, however, if you've got £75,000 banked in Woolwich and another £75,000 banked in Barclays, if the bank were to fail, you would only get one portion of that 75% back. You'd only get one payment of 75,000 because they are group connected companies. Similarly, Lloyds operates in many banners such as Birmingham Midshires, Halifax, Bank of Scotland, Scottish Widows. So everybody needs to check if their banking relationship is safe and check the overall group. You may have money in one group. If you have money in one group, my advice is that you need to split that money to a maximum of £75,000 per group. Because if the banks fail and this recession is deep rooted and everyone starts to queue, then we're all going to struggle to get our money back. Now more than ever, everything is digital. All your money is electronic. There are certain industries where we can't afford to have bad apples. If your surgeon was making mistakes, it's unacceptable. And if your pilot was making mistakes, it's unacceptable. And my argument is that if your banker is making mistakes, it's unacceptable. These bankers are paid multiple salaries of any surgeon, any doctors, any nurses, and any key workers in the COVID industry. Make them accountable. Make your bank accountable. And please protect yourselves, protect your family, protect your assets, because this is the best advice that I can give you guys. I don't want anybody to suffer like my family suffered. We've had a very tough 12 years, and please look after yourself, stay safe, and I'm looking forward to releasing the evidence for the next videos next week. Thank you so much.